And welcome back to Spots and Stripes in Red Hill, Surrey.
Darrell Whitworth tip break.
We are at the Players Championships. Here's Darrell Whitworth, going to break off against the great Aaron Davies. Recent tour winner at Wigan, it's Aaron. And then 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. Going to be a big ask for Daryl. But we have this format, which is best of 3 sets. Each set will be a race to 5. Each set will also have a 30-minute set clock, which you can see ticking away on the scoreboard there. And of course, 30 seconds per shot per player. This is just what Daryl would have wanted. Make a ball off his first break, get in amongst the yellows. Well, he's elected to play a safety shot, Whitworth, and he's played it decent. He's tied up the 8 ball, but obviously he's tied up his own yellow as well. Well, a decent escape there from Aaron. Oh, no, he hasn't. No, he's fouled. Oh, of course, didn't hit a rail. What am I looking at? There we go. I was looking at to see Stephen Jameson was going to join me, but he will be along in just a second. As we pop over there, we just had a very brief glimpse of Chris Day. So now Darrell Whitworth. Had ball in hand, able to break the yellow out. Well, not an ideal spot there for Daryl to land in. What if he can still make the double with the yellow that's on the side rail? That's exactly what he's playing, and it's just clipped the yellow, and well, Darrell Whitworth will be very disappointed with that visit. Not such a golden opportunity to take the opening frame. And Aaron Davies, a very battle-hardened, seasoned professional. And like I said, already won a tour event this year in Wigan, in fine style as well. Be nothing extravagant played from Aaron as he just managed to make that yellow hit the rail. And I am no longer alone. I have my friend and my compatriot, Mr. Stephen Jameson. Hello.
Apologies for my tardiness, Tony.
Run off for a coffee. I know what you've done.
Yeah, I must say that is absolutely the reason for my
I'll forgive you.
aforementioned tardiness.
To be fair, you haven't missed an awful lot. Daryl broke off, pot the ball, great chance on yellows, and made a bit of a hash of it. And so it's just to explain what you misses you.
I appreciate you catching me up.
I'd like to bring you up to date.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I had half an eye on it. I was actually out there in the main club. I was waiting for lovely Tina here at Spots and Stripes to provide me with my requested beverage, and they've looked after us brilliantly here.
Yeah.
Of the whole team, felt very well looked after.
Yeah, I was here last night, and Nigel was great. Nigel Smith, of course. It's a very, very nice pool venue. Really is lovely. If you are in the area, it would be worth a pop down. It's all free to get in and
absolutely.
Watch the pool.
Really cannot stress that enough. If you are in sort of the Surrey, London sort of area, get yourself down. There's plenty of great games to watch, and a great club to be around as well. Even if you don't fancy just sitting around watching, plenty of fun and games to be had. As Cyborg misses his cannon, so he's got a little bit of work to do here.
Yeah, a bit loose there from Aaron. He played such a good shot before to lay that snooker down the bottom of the table.
And it's difficult to hide the white here, because yellow's obviously still all go. He's obviously found a way, and that's a clever shot.
Yeah, I'm going to say fair chunk of time being eaten up in his own frame.
Absolutely. Long way to go, but certainly for a first frame, plenty of time chewed up as well.
Great pot there from Daryl, but not where he wanted to have the cue ball. And
yeah, that's the big but, isn't it?
Yeah, these two yellows now look a very tall order as the seconds tick away in this first frame in set one. And we could see a third of the match clock at least run down here. What an attempt. For a split second, I thought he got it, but it's the way he's left the cue ball. And have another look at this cut. It's a crazy shot, nearly came off as well.
Yeah, and on another table, in slightly friendlier conditions, that might have dropped in. Has Aaron covered that? Just yet, he's good.
Don't know if Daryl could just dink round this off the rail, I think. I think there is a little gap. Yeah, he's made it, yeah.
It's a great shot,
but
he's not on it. Wow. Keeps on happening to him.
Yeah. Yeah, a bit of a hefty one there by Aaron as well. You'd expect him to basically super glue Daryl behind that red. So he gave him the opportunity, which he duly took. But he's going to need to pull a rabbit out of a hat here. Oh, my word. Oh, how on earth is that cut in? I mean, that is absolutely ridiculous. How has he just cut that ball in off that rail?
That's incredible. How on earth has he just done that?
Well, I'm just saying with my mouth wide open, I can't believe it.
Oh, don't miss the 8 ball,
no.
Daryl. Don't miss the 8 ball after doing that.
Watch this shot. This is incredible.
Oh, that's amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Just trying to leave himself a bit of angle there, Aaron. He has it. So, pots this red at the bottom, gets the cue ball out into the middle of the table. Now Davies should land the opening frame after what has been an incredible amount of time. Over a third of the match clock used up, and he's not played a great shot there. He's okay, but he wants to be on that red in the middle first. And he's missed. Well, well, well.
Wow.
This is an incredible turn of events in this opening frame.
Yeah, I should say.
And down goes the black ball, and Darrell Whitworth wins the opening frame in, well, what can only be described as an incredible set of events of, well, I've never seen a frame like that, I don't think, in professional pool. We'll just pop over anyway and have a look at our other screen table.
Yeah, this is Zach Shepherd breaking off against Callum Singleton. Very first frame, that is, and how about that for an in-off to start your weekend?
Yeah.
For Zach Shepherd.
Callum's been on a good run this season.
Yeah, good start.
Lost in the final of the British Open to Cole Bedford. Also had a good run at the Tour.
Yeah,
Wigan.
Expecting something to happen soon for Callum, I must say. I think he's tracking in the right direction.
New frame 2. Aaron Davies to break. Turning 1 frame to 0.
And back we come. And Aaron Davies probably can't quite believe we made a hash of the last frame, and, well, extraordinary frame of pool. It's like neither turned up.
Aaron putting plenty into that break. Didn't get a huge amount back from the pack, mind.
Oh. I do know for a fact that I was sat with Aaron just before we went out. He was just having a bite to eat, and I said, "What do you think of the tables? You've had a game on him?" He said, "No, I've only just got here." So whether that's going to have some
ideal
sort of
preparation,
bearing,
is it? Yeah.
On why he didn't play particularly well in that first frame. He's playing pretty cold. He's not put that red in a great spot either.
Attention call.
Maybe he's just thinking, "I know, I won't bother with the first set." Lost the cue ball there as well. That's a much more solid pot there from Aaron, flirting a little bit with that middle bag, but he's left himself a shot. He's moved the yellow out of the way of that red, and now he does have clear path towards victory in this frame. But that's not going to go in.
Yeah, he was wary, wasn't he? He wanted to pot that on the thicker side of the jaw for sure, for cue ball purposes. Not that thick though.
And it's all a bit of a huff and a puff at the moment for Mr. Davies. See, this is where Darrell Whitworth nearly must get in his head. This is his chance to really take big strides in this opening set when he sees his opponent has not quite turned up at the races. Where he gets a shot to nothing here, he can play the yellow onto the red. If the yellow doesn't follow him behind it, he lost a turn, but it'll stop the cue ball dead behind the 8 ball. So I'll tell you what, he needed to bring the cue ball back further than that. He's not, I don't think he's even attempted to try and pot the yellow as well. He just went straight for the loss of turn. So there's no danger that Aaron Davies is going to hit the red, but can he pot it? Oof, very close indeed to kicking it back in the middle.
Ooh, I thought for a second that might have been going towards the corner pocket as well.
Yeah, if Darryl's going to play that safety shot there, you cannot leave the one cushion escape for your opponent, because more times than not they're going to get very close to potting those. So Daryl now with the opportunity to get a second frame. That's okay.
It could have come out nicer though, couldn't it?
It could, but you fancy him to make the cut into the bottom right-hand corner. Just got to dig into the cue ball a little bit. I'll tell you what, he's not attempting it. Playing safe again.
Yeah, I don't mind that. I think that's a sensible choice, to be honest with you. The only thing, I think the main reason he's done it is because of the 8 ball. The 8 ball's not easy. If you wanted to be really, really super safe, you block the 8 ball to the bottom right with the yellow, because you fancy Aaron to go very close to the one cushion hit. And he's not quite got the judgment right yet.
No, and he's not the red in a bad position there, but so you kind of think Darryl's got a bit of freedom with this next shot. He's not under the cosh with it. He can play another safety if he wants, or he can go game. I think going game is the preferred way that he'll go. We've used up well over half of the set clock.
It's gone by quick, hasn't
it?
It's gone by very, very quick. No question about it. Daryl will be by a million miles the happier player.
Well, there goes the black, and it's 2-0 to Darrell Whitworth in this opening set. As you can see, nearly 17 minutes have been used up in 2 frames, which is, well, it's unheard of, really.
Let's have a little look around the grounds then. If you weren't with us earlier, you might have missed Josh Juhas getting the win over Tom Cousins, 2-1. TC won the opening set 5 frames to 1, and then Josh Juhas was relentless. 5-1 in return, 5-3 in the final set. 𝗠𝗫 Sharkey is through against Jimmy Croxton. Both the opening 2 sets were settled in a decider before 𝗠𝗫 Sharkey won the 3rd set 5-2. Tom Jones through a decider against Dave Fernandez. There was nothing in this one. 5-3, 4-5, 5-4 in the deciding frame. He'll play Joe Prince tomorrow. Carl Cope safely through against Chris Hampson, 2-0, both sets falling 5-2. Sean Story through against Dave McQuillan, both sets 5-1. Cole Bedford is currently battling it out against Brian Halcrow, who is on the hill in the final set. Cole Bedford winning the opening set 5-2, lost the second set 5-4, and is now 4-3 down to the buzzer. Ryan Pisani and Eddie Barker currently at 1-1. Eddie winning the first set 5-3, lost the second set 5-0. Rob Warren was a man in a hurry earlier. Both sets won 5-zip against Ricky Jones. Christy Caulfield safely through against Sean Ash, 5-1, 5-2. Oli Bale and Neil Rayburn have gone to the deciding set, and it's a deciding set that the bullet, Oli Bale, is 4-0 up in. Chris Day, 2-0 winner over Simon Fitzsimmons, 5-4, 5-3. And Stevie Dempsey winning through against Ben Doyle. We just saw that on the stream table, 4-2, 5-2. You are up to date. Carl Morris is 2-1 up in the first set against John Chambers. Callum Singleton 1-0 up in the first set against Zach Shepard. Luke McAvoy 1-0 up in the second set against Phil Park, and he won the first 5-4. Now you really are up to date, Tony.
Thank you for that, Stephen.
You're very welcome.
Well, this is another great opportunity now for Darrell Whitworth, and this really, you think, well, putting 3-0 in front in the opening set. Aaron Davies still cold.
Yeah, and freezing cold.
Yeah.
He's really not got going. Yeah, it's not been easy for him at all. Daryl's got a modicum of work to do here. Most important shot he's got to play is the transition up to the 8 ball. Must be thinking about that now.
Beauty of this format as well is if Darrell Whitworth wins this first set, it's almost as if you've got a free set the next one.
Well, you're second chance, isn't it? Yeah, you get 2 bites at the apple.
You know, you think, well, let the handbrake off now. Well, he had a bit of a nick on that yellow, and that's just cost him position.
Nightmare. Absolute nightmare scenario. And he's in big bother here. It'll be a double, and it will track him up the table. This is tough.
Oh.
What a shot he's played there. What a shot he's played there. All we've heard from players in and around the venue, and Tony, you'll be familiar with this over the last sort of day or so, is how much they're struggling to get to grips with the sort of the conditions and the slide and all the rest of it. Like, it takes some time to get used to it. Darrell Whitworth, though, proving that is all a nonsense, because look at this for a shot. This was so tough to judge.
Yeah, it's a great double. Really, really good, and perfect position onto the black ball as well. Must be absolutely elated. On the flip side of that coin is Aaron Davies.
Yeah, that's not a man who you describe as elated right now, that is for sure.
No. Bearing in mind how well he played at Wigan. But then if you get here a little bit late, quite a lot of the players, especially the players that have come from abroad, Malta and such, they came yesterday, obviously, because Gatwick's not very far away, so it's a nice spot for the players that come across the water. And that's a better break from Aaron Davies. Yeah, and 1 or 2 others were here last night. A lot got here early this morning, but I would recommend getting on the tables beforehand a little bit anyway.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now you hear that little ding in the background, and that is
I was going to say chime, but ding works.
Oh, does it work? Thank you.
Yeah, I think so.
Ding. That's why I used to have a chicken in the microwave, chicken ding. Anyway, that also indicates that there is now 15 seconds a shot.
And can we just not recommend to people at home to microwave their chicken?
No, exactly. Yeah, I agree with that. Don't microwave your chicken.
Don't try that at home.
Whatever you do.
Don't try that at home. In many ways, Tony, I often wonder how you're still standing with us. But if you're microwaving chicken, I really am amazed.
No, I don't. To be fair, I don't use microwave that often. I just
Me too. We're a microwave-free household.
Actually, chicken straight out the farmyard.
Yeah.
Cuts out the middleman. That's what I say. It's raw.
Chewy. That's a well-judged shot. He's taken apart this finish.
Yeah, it's been tricky as well.
Yeah, very nicely. It's been clinical and precise, like Tony Holgate, knifing and forking through a raw chicken.
Who said anything about a knife and fork? It's a little bit awkward here, just bridging over this red. As you can see, he just wanted to be able to pot this and sort of screw back a little bit, and now he's going to have to run this forward and leave himself a cut with the black, I think. That should be okay. Well, he's gone for the cocktail, and he's got it. No, he hasn't. Oh, my word.
Wow. So he was short. He couldn't see the potting angle.
No.
That's incredible.
Yeah, went for the 3 cushions into the centre. I thought he got it as well. It's a great effort. Oof.
Yeah, it really wasn't far away. Well, Darrell Whitworth is on an unbelievable touch here. I bet he can't believe his luck.
No. Well, you think this is set anyway now. To get 4 in front with just, there's going to be 6.5 seconds, 6.5 minutes left on the clock. I mean, it is possible, but you just think very, very unlikely. And especially the way Aaron's actually playing at the moment. I mean, crikey. I thought he was about to unravel faster than a knockoff wig in a wind tunnel. Straight black now then for Darrell Whitworth. He seems to be using the clock, and I get it, but I think you've done enough at 4.
Yeah. Don't worry too much about this, Darrell. Maybe his sort of riposte would be, you know, you've got to continue to do the right things.
Yeah, yeah.
He may end up needing that, you never know, but looks in good shape, doesn't he?
Well, when you think that Aaron needs 4 frames, and 2 of these are going to be off Darrell Whitworth's break. So you're going to be able to, if you break and make a ball and then you hit the extension, goodbye. So, I mean, if you were creating a book for the odds of Aaron Davies winning this first set, I mean, you'd be putting it at somewhere around 250 to 1.
Yeah, he's a long way back, isn't he?
Frame 5. Darrell Whitworth to break. 4 frames to 0.
Well, considering Aaron needs 4 frames in quick succession, he doesn't seem to be moving that quick around the table. It's almost as if he's decided, okay, we'll scratch this first set. And that's the beauty of the format, J-Mo.
Yeah, I suppose it is. And, you know, it's not all over for Aaron in this match. A long way from it. So, you know, don't worry about breaking up your sort of natural rhythm. Let's play it sensible and play it normally. And try and get to grips with the table and the conditions, and you never know, it might come out in the second set and he'll be very grateful for the work he's done just here.
Well, he's played a very good double there. But yeah, I get it. I think, right, okay, I'll use these last 5 minutes as practice.
That's essentially what he's doing, yeah. Got a good chance to line up this double, this for 4-1. That's a lovely finish from Aaron Davies.
Well,
really, really tidy.
Where was this 15 minutes ago?
Maybe he needed that to get to this.
Yes,
that'll be his thinking. But he'll probably feel a bit better just generally, just for getting that one through and getting the 1 next to his name. It probably won't impact him being beaten in this first set, but there's still another 2 to come. And then right there, sitting pretty, 4-1 in front.
I mean, the way Aaron can look at it is, okay, loses this set, and he can think to himself, okay, I'm now playing first to 10. Wipe that one away, but I do have to get to 5 first before my opponent. Nice break there from Aaron. This looks a bit more like it.
Red ball's in play.
And he has quickened his pace now. Or maybe he thought, hang on a minute, I can actually get here. I could get back to 4 each and tie the set.
Yeah, maybe.
Ouch.
Oh, I'm not going to get that far.
We'll see an extension come now, I'm sure, when he lets the clock run down a little bit more here, Darrell Whitworth. Did he get to about 2? No. I'm sure before the end of this rack.
Well, I don't think he needs to worry about it necessarily, because you just sort of, this is the key shot. If he gets this right, he can just go and finish it. Yeah, I like that. This is his plan.
Yeah.
It's a nice tactic. Aaron's in a world of trouble here.
Yeah, he's locked up this first set. I mean, he did really before the last frame. So.
Creative loss of turn.
Yeah. And there we go with the extension. Just run some more seconds off.
Yeah, it's a slow death, this for Aaron Davies in this set, which won't be particularly nice for him.
I think I'd have just gone game then, actually.
Oh, of course you would have.
Well, we're 4-1 up, and I would have knocked in one set 5-1.
He will now, that's for sure. Aaron's going to make him go and do it. 1:30, no golden breaks in play. This game is as good as over in terms of the set. Even with that miss from Darrell Whitworth, Aaron Davies is not, with all the best will in the world, making 3 back-to-back 30-second clearances. And that really will be that. So an excellent start for Darrell Whitworth, who will win this first set 5 frames to 1.
I left the keyboard a bit short there. Should be okay.
Yeah, he's played better shots than that, mind. So just the... Oh, is he going to make it?
Not quite.
Not quite. Aaron Davies isn't going to even get out of his chair. This set is going to end, and it ends 4-1 to Darrell Whitworth. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, set 2 as Aaron Davies tries to get himself back in the hunt. Welcome back. It's the Players' Championship, and this is the cyborg. That beating metal heart of his needs to tick into gear, as his performance in set 1 was very much below par for the newly minted Pro Series champion. That's a belter of a break, though. Oh, you can't believe it. That's so tough. All I would have been thinking heading into this set was break well, give yourself a good chance in the first frame and start this set on the right foot. And he's done everything right there. He's hit a lovely break. Cue ball straight up the middle of the table. And it's come off at a 45-degree angle to come straight into the centre pocket. How's your luck?
Darrell there opting to take the long yellow into the corner. Just like to plot this into the middle. If you can just kick the 8 ball away from that other yellow. Oh. Leaving it where it is. I want to move that 8 ball very quickly. If he achieves that, that makes the yellows, I won't say unmissable, but you might think you get them at this level of the game. He's not going to move it from this shot. Maybe he's not going to move it at all. Maybe he's just going to plop this in the middle. Then the other one and leave himself a cut into the bottom right-hand corner. Don't know about this either. Strange shot. No, no, no. Now I'll go back to the start of that when he took the long yellow. He had the angles to move that 8, and he should have done so immediately. Now he's ended up having to play a safety. That's not a bad shot though. But he really should have mopped those up.
Yeah, and that might just give Aaron a little bit of hope. Because whilst he's essentially been mullered in that first set, 4-1 defeat.
Yeah, and he'll be frustrated now to stood there because he's gone in off that break. And now to come back to the table, he probably thought that Darrell would have taken out that finish, and he's now chasing reds. But this is good.
Yeah, as I say, I think it will give Aaron hope that, you know, he'll be annoyed to have gone in offshore, but to see Darrell waste that opportunity, which is a very good one, and just give Aaron a foothold in the frame, that'll help Aaron feel like he's still right in this match, which of course he is, but feeling's important in a mindset.
Extension call.
I think if you're Aaron, if I was Aaron now, I want something a bit more fast flowing, because the first set was a bit cough and splutter, and this feels in this opening frame that it might be similar. But if anybody's, I said before, up for a battle, it's Aaron. This man can dig deep when he wants to.
Yeah, he can dig deeper than most as well.
Yeah, never say die, man.
And I tell you what, he may be able to go here. This will tell us, yeah, he's going. This is the plant to the bottom right. That tells us all we need to know.
For me, I'm going to analyse this a little bit now. If Aaron...
Oh, please do.
Thank you. If Aaron picks his game up and gets somewhere near what he can play now, I think Darrell's going to have a job on his hands, because Darrell's going to have to get way better than he is now. I know he won that first set comfortably. That's not what Aaron wanted. But if Aaron can get his game up there, I still think he's going to be very hard.
I'm just trying to figure out... Agreed, by the way, but I'm just trying to figure out what Aaron was trying to do with that shot.
Well, I'm with you. I thought he could have come down the other way and just got onto that plant, but now this is obviously...
Well, the way he played it, again. The line's sort of the breakout line, whereas
that's pretty good.
it's a clever shot he's played, but you see what I'm saying? The line of the cue ball is almost as if he was playing to break it out, but he's just such a long way off the line that he wanted to land on the plant that maybe it wasn't a plant all along. It's difficult to sort of say, really. It's a curious shot, that, from Aaron. Speaking of plants, think, oh, he's gone to cut it.
Ouch.
Oh, what a pot. I mean, he's digging here, Daryl. He really is digging, but he obviously felt the safety was even tougher than that pot. Hell of a shot from him, but he's got to find a couple more.
When you said speaking of plants, I thought you were going to go on about that Venus flytrap you bought last week.
No. Although don't get me started on how the cat's taken apart the money tree.
Oh dear. So what's happened? Come on, you can tell me. Jamo. Now then, Aaron Davies. In desperate need of something to happen. Start of the second set.
Oh, he's a fraction off. He's a fraction off. I can't believe he's hit neither of those two reds. I mean, that's threading the needle stuff.
Yeah. Well, he has to play the yellow at the bottom of the table first. Stick it on near the cushion and play it into the middle. Or corner, whichever. You have to... Ooh. I don't know. He's playing loss of turn. Oh, he's played that really well. I never even looked at that, but I wouldn't have played it. I'd have gone game, 100%. But it's a very, very good shot. And the reason I wouldn't have played it, because I wouldn't have executed it very well, probably. I'm always against giving people second chances when I think you can run the match out, or sorry, run the frame out, should I say.
Yeah.
I've been stung too many times playing those sort of shots, and then somebody comes out of the snooker, pots the ball, and then wins that frame, and you think, why didn't I go for them?
I refuse to believe you ever played safe, Tony.
Yeah.
But it was
Go down swinging is what I say.
Yeah, it was a great shot from Daryl, in fairness. But even after that great shot, you saw Aaron wasn't a million miles away from the treble, to your point. But it is Daryl who's going to win the frame. And this first frame has taken over 7 minutes. And that is a nicely struck 8 ball. 1-0. Are we about to see a second shock on the main table here in Red Hill? Bring it to speed with some of the scores from around the other tables. Neil Rayburn is mounting the comeback trail against 𝗍𝗍𝗘, who's 4-0 down in the deciding set. 𝗍𝗍𝗘 on the hill. Neil Rayburn has got that back to 4-3 in the decider. Ryan Pisani, Eddie Barker in the decider is 3-2 Ryan. Luke McAvoy and Phil Parkin are going really, really close together. Luke won the first set 5-4. It's currently 3-3 in the second. Carl Morris is 1-0 up against John Chambers, 5-1 in set 1. John is 2-0 up in set 2. And this match we're watching right now is Zach Shepherd at the table. He's 4-1 down currently in set 1 to Callum Singleton. Back on the Darrell Whitworth break. He does strike that cut break really well. I mean, look at the explosion in the pack. He's got 3/4 of the balls beyond the baulk line, which off a cut break is pretty mad. Really gets into them nicely.
Yeah, it's hard to do, to get power and the cut break.
Big first shot, is it? Oh, he's not made it. Oh, you've got to make it. I don't think Daryl can believe what's just happened.
I can't believe what's happened.
Well, Aaron will say thank you very much. I'll take yellows. Very kind of you. I think we're going to have a chance to have another look at it. Here we go. How on earth doesn't this drop?
It's very soft. It's just hung on the lip.
Yeah, you can see it slightly rocks back, doesn't it?
But if you see where the keyboard fit, he can play that much harder.
Oh, goodness me, yeah.
But I see why he's played it soft, because you think you're going to overrun and go behind the reds.
Yeah, you feel like you can't miss it.
That's the other thing as well, yeah.
But yeah, at that sort of speed, you can just see the effects of gravity. The yellow half goes down the pocket and just doesn't quite have enough to go, so rocks back. Just incredible, really. It's going to be the 3-ball plant for Aaron.
Not only that, though, JMO, look what he's left him as well.
Well, I tell you,
Daryl will be sat there thinking this should be me.
Yeah, I say 3-ball plant. He's on the 2. The yellow slides by the red. That's what he's played. Looks tight, but he can just squeeze it, I think. It was tight. Dies it in, but the yellow not bouncing back has meant he's not really on anything nice.
You've got to play this with an enormous amount of left-hand side now, a very thin cut, and try and come off the right-hand side rail and back past the 8-ball and try and get to the left-hand side of the table. If he could get through the gap of those 2 yellows, anywhere around there, he's happy. But this isn't easy. He wanted that yellow off the rail so he could just screw down the table, but he can't now. It's too thin.
Yeah, this requires now a very good shot. Low to left-hand side, gap of the yellows.
He'll take it.
He will take that all day long. That's an excellent shot, that, from Aaron Davies. That wasn't easy at all.
It's a little bit short. Me got to take it long. Don't entertain the thought of trying to take that into the middle and send the cue ball up towards those reds. Long yellow, into the top corner. No, what on earth has happened there?
Oh, Aaron.
Has he miscued?
He must have done.
I don't know why he's not took it in the top corner.
I mean, that must have been a miscue. Because that's such a wide.
His cue was very quick up off his bridge hand as well, if you noticed. The cue was halfway through the air. I don't know what's happened there at all. I'd have to ask him, and my word.
Contagious.
Well.
It's getting edgy out there.
Well, this is no gimme either.
It's a hell of a lot easier after your opponent's just missed that, mind.
Yeah. I mean, Darrell's had 2 golden opportunities in this frame. And Aaron's had 1, but he's going to take his second chance and he won't miss this black.
Always fancied him on that yellow, didn't you? Even though he'd missed that horrendous one before.
Because of his steely nerves, and he does have them.
Yeah, he's got a lot of bottles, Aaron Davies. Despite the fact that... There goes the 8-ball. Despite the fact that when asked by the 𝗏𝗏𝗃 social media team recently who's most likely to bottle it on the 𝗏𝗏𝗃 Pro Tour, he nominated himself, which I thought was very magnanimous of him. I don't think he really believes that, but I think he's got an awful lot of bottle, and that showed it right there. Big pressure clearance from Aaron Davies, who needed that, to say the least. 1-1 in the second set. And remember 𝗏𝗏𝗃, 4-0 up on the hill in set number 3. Neil Raybone has made it 4 apiece. Hill. That would be a sickener of a comeback if Neil Raybone could complete the job there.
Yeah, I'm knowing 𝗏𝗏 very well indeed as a buddy of mine from down in the southwest. It would be interesting to walk out there now, just look at his little face out there. Bless him, because he won't be very happy with that.
No, you won't. I might even try and get a little look-see at that one. Just see who's at the table.
It's not very far out of our commentary position there. A very good break there from Aaron Davies. And has he got a new lease of life after dodging a bullet in that last frame in this second set?
Red balls in play.
Can I report after my investigative journalism?
Your investigative journalism? Well, you come back eating.
not true.
Stop lying. I can always tell when you're lying because your lips are moving.
𝗫𝗏𝗍𝗀's at the table in the decider.
He's not.
He is. He is. That is just as true as the chip that threw down my gullet.
And who's the poor victim who just had their food stolen anyway? That's what I'd like to know.
Neil has got 3 reds and an 8-ball left to complete the heist of the century.
Oof. Oh, you'll be devastated. I'd be devastated if it was me. But then you don't know how it's unfolded, but you just know there's been some chances somewhere in those sort of matches.
Even if there hasn't.
No.
Even if he's just been
The
locked
breaks
out
must
in
have
the
been
second
dry.
set. Yeah, in the third set, sorry.
Horrible. Meanwhile, Aaron Davies with a great opportunity now to get his nose in front in his second set. Just start to turn the screw a little bit. Nice control. Just come down, bumped by the, just before that middle bag on the right hand side off the side cushion.
Yeah, it's lovely from Aaron. Very, very tidy indeed.
And this black ball for a 2-1 lead in set 2 for Aaron Davies. And in it goes, and this is more like it.
Certainly is from the cyborg, and our cameras are going to take a peek into the sort of the main arena here, because here we go. This is 𝗫𝗏𝗍𝗀 against 𝗨𝗽𝗱𝗍𝗆.
The razor.
And the razor is 2 reds away and an 8-ball. You can see Simon Webb poking his beady eyes through that door. That's the entrance to the commentary booth. Yeah, you. And you can tell the difference, can't you, when there's no shot clock in play on the outer tables, because
he could be stood there till tomorrow.
Neil is taking his time over this, as well you would.
It's a
We'll
huge
stick
shot,
with this shot just here. He lands on this red, he's out. In goes the red, he's on the next one, and 𝗫𝗏𝗍𝗀𝗀 is on the brink of doing something very, very special there.
Naughty.
So Aaron Davies at the table, 2-1 up in set 2. You just got a little glimpse behind the curtain there of the commentary booth, and what you can't see is what me and Tony can smell, which is the delicious scent of some cheesy chips that the official ultimate pool photographer's brought into the room. And let me tell you, I didn't think I was hungry, Tony. But
you're always hungry.
But goodness me, I am. Aaron's also peckish for this frame.
Well, he's left himself a little plant there, only there, said he wants 2 more goes. I think
that's why he's called the bullet.
Oh dear. I think that explanation there said he's had some chances, I think.
Yeah, I think so. I think that was what he was saying. I've had 2 chances, not taking them.
Yeah, handed me the revolver, matron. I'm going for a little walk in the woods.
It's a lovely shot from Aaron. Oh, he's not going to block himself off, is he?
He doesn't want the other one to go in as well. Oh, wow.
I think he's... Can he get through to that yellow? Has he still got a shot? If he can, he's fine.
If he can, he's not that fine. I mean, it's not great, because that red is going to cause a little problem, even if he can get through to the one over the bag.
Yeah, it blocks off the 8-ball. I see what you mean.
Because getting to and fro, or getting from that yellow to down to the bottom one, would be equally as hard as getting from the bottom one to the one in the middle, because all the reds in the traffic in the middle of the table.
Yeah, I think you can link the 3 yellows together, but I think it's really difficult to link the 8-ball to those. This 8-ball then to win it for 𝗫𝗏𝗍𝗀𝗀.
He missed it, didn't he? Oh, it's fell in.
In it goes. Wowee. What a comeback from the Razor. Aaron Davies has played a lovely link-up shot to this yellow. This is what I thought he could be able to do quite easily. And he might be able to land on the next yellow, but linking the 8-ball into all of them is so difficult.
He's slightly the wrong side.
Yeah.
Now you can punch this with a load of top and left-hand side and almost get the cue ball to spin back and then spin forward, so it's a ridiculously hard shot. The only other way is to just pull out and play a really thin cut, which is, he's gone for the latter.
Oh, this is thin. This is so thin.
But not that it's a cue ball. He has no idea. I mean, he's looking to see the path, if he can get through these gaps. I'm telling you now, because you concentrate so much on making this difficult pot, if he plays this and can guide that cue ball in the same shot, I mean, that's tremendous. So I think this is, you've got to hit it with some pace. Wow. Okay.
I think he was
looking, so he was eyeing up the double.
I'm not even sure. Was he playing the yellow off the red into the left centre?
Yeah. I don't, baffled.
Yeah, answers on a postcard. You can address it to Spots and Stripes, Red Hill.
There'll be a few shouting at the TV now saying, what are you talking about? Of course he's playing off the red.
I always suspect there's a few shouting at the TV when we're on commentary, Tony.
Yeah, that's a good point. Now he's got to get that red out as well off that rail. He's not going to do it off this shot. Or is he? Well, he tell you what, played that
risky,
well.
But he's played it really well, yeah. Excellent shot from Darrell Whitworth.
Just the way he was cueing, I thought he'd have to play a lot more side on than that. But no. It's been a topsy-turvy second set, it really has.
Left in the second set.
That's not going to get there.
It's not reached.
Wow,
he's a long way short as well. Long way short.
There's nothing there.
I mean, he's had a bit of a touch here, because what can Aaron do here?
He's going to have. Well, if the yellow goes past red into the top right-hand corner, he'd have to come off the side rail and clip it and try and kick it back into that top corner.
I think he's going to play a shot here that pushes the red onto the side rail and makes it very, very difficult to pot. I think that's the play here. He's on for a loss of turn. He's a little unlucky. You can see the thinking. If he makes the red there, he leaves a very, very difficult red for Daryl and says, well, this is my bet. I reckon you're not going to make that. In the end, Daryl's going to get a let-off, and it's some let-off that. That was such a poor shot from 𝗏𝗏.
It's been a couple of them, though, hasn't there?
Yeah, it's got an edge, this game. It has definitely got an edge.
Well, then goes the 8 at the end of that, and again, mistakes crept in at both sides of the arena. But it is now 2-2, Desmond, as you like to call it, in set 2.
Well, I didn't invent that phrase.
Yeah, I think you did.
No, I couldn't take such credit for that. That's not one of my own. I tell you what, Luke McAvoy and Phil Parkin are playing out of belter here. 1-1, 0-0 in the final set. But set 1 went 5-4, set 2 went 4-5. Those two are going right at it. Callum Singleton won the first set against Zach Shepard. It's 1-1 in the second. John Chambers 3-1 up on Carl Morris in the second set. He lost the first. And Ryan Pisani currently 4-3 up. He's on the hill against Eddie Barker in set 3 in their match. Still to play tonight. We'll see John McAllister versus Vivek Mak following this game. We've then got Aidan Hughes versus Carl Sutton, Dom Cooney, Andy Williams, Phil Harrison, Rob Chambers, Dylan Leary, Clayton Castaldi, and Matt Cook, Declan Brennan there in the 8:30 window. And just another live score to make you aware of is 𝗏𝗃𝗃𝗃 is already underway, and the Hitman is 3-0 up in the first set.
Dry break there from Aaron. And this is where, if you're Daryl now, you think, just get me game together now, just hold myself together. The opportunity here, get in front and just try and, if he can squeeze through this set, he squeezes through the match, and it'll be a tremendous win for him.
Yeah, I think that's what it's all about, really. He's not... Oh.
But this is it, he's been loose from time to time, and he's missed some balls that he'd normally pot. But what's happened is Aaron has come to the table and then sort of done the same.
Yeah, the one thing you can say for Daryl is when he's made mistakes, you feel like he's not really left much super simple. Often when you make mistakes in this game, you get pretty handily punished because, you know, as soon as you make a mistake, you tend to leave your opponent very simple. But that's not really what Aaron's had to work with. It's another wasted first chance, this time for Daryl. And these reds, again, just a little bit of work. Finish that Aaron would expect to get. But at this stage in the set, nothing easy. 15-second shot clock in play. 2 each.
If this was at Wigan now, our first tour event, Aaron's got these balls without a shadow of a doubt. But it's not the Aaron that was at Wigan at the moment. He just looked a little bit uncomfortable.
Yeah, not settled yet, has he?
No.
I mean, the cyborg that we saw win the final in that event was electric. Such a fantastic performance. He's not quite fully got to grips with the conditions out there yet.
He's not on the red at the top.
He's not got his cue ball at all. I think he's firefighting. Now, 15-second shot clock, sometimes you do just have to firefight. Play what you see.
Nothing easy here, I'll tell you.
It's a cut, isn't it?
Played that well. Well, has he?
Wow.
Made the pot well. I didn't see the cue balls. He was out of camera shot there. It's just as he struck it. And we'll see it again. I mean, I thought he played it well. It looked... Yeah, he's just trying to come into the side rail and maybe play into the two jaws and hold for that red at the top, and it's failed miserably. And this again is an incredible opportunity for Daryl.
I feel like this has been the real pattern of the match, is that Daryl's had first go, not quite got there. Aaron's come in, not quite got there, then Daryl's mopped up. I feel like it's happened on 3 or 4 occasions.
I think just a look of Aaron's face there, he looks a little bit bewildered by how am I not on these balls and how am I falling out of position? And that one's wiped its feet as well. You can't give anybody a ball in this match.
Yeah,
that was a good shot.
Yeah, that was well played.
That was a lot harder than the one before that he nearly missed. And down goes the 8 ball, and there'll be relief there from Darrell Whitworth.
Oh, I should say. Less than 6 to play, he leads.
This next frame is huge now. Absolutely massive for both players.
Well, if Daryl wins it, the match is as good as over.
And they're looking at Aaron there, he's shaking his head in disbelief. Not the normal Aaron Davies. Not the one we're used to seeing at all. And I'm going to put it down to being a bit cold.
It's a very sort of, I mean, you mentioned it right at the start of the match.
Just to loosen the arm, even if he hit, if you get her, just knock in 2 racks of balls. Just loosen the arm up a bit, because it was evident from the very, very start that he was cold and just looked a bit out of sorts, and I think he's just not quite recovered yet. I mean, he's still in the match, of course. But Darrell Whitworth is 2 frames away from winning. He's already got the first set under his belt. And Darrell's made mistakes. What would he give now to finish this rack off?
Oh,
Look at the reds. You've got to take reds. They're absolutely hanging. they're hanging over the pockets, begging to be potted.
Red to the ball, but it's such a good break, you could easily take yellows.
Yeah, just for the simple reason the one near the rail, because the Reds are just in the middle of the table.
Yeah, it's an unbelievable break to find at this stage of the match for Darrell Whitworth.
You can't miss these.
This should be an absolute gimme.
You've got to do nothing with the cue ball apart from stop it.
Do you know what he should do is take his time a little. He did this really well in the first set, and I just feel like his adrenaline is running a little bit, and he's not really thinking too much about it. But he could do with just running clock a little bit here.
Well, so they're getting 15 seconds to go, but there's obviously adrenaline now involved because he can see the chances there. The finish line is not that far away. They've come to the final lap. The bell's just been rung. He's running around that onto the top of the back straight.
Yeah, this is nice.
That's it. You just steady yourself now. He's having a little look, thinking, hang on a minute. Has he got an extension he can use?
I don't think so.
He must have done because he would have been there that long.
Yeah, he's just used it. Yeah, there you go.
I don't blame him. I'd use it there as well. Just deep breaths. I wouldn't be flirting with the buzzer, I don't think. Well, this for 4-2 and basically on the hill.
Yeah, and it's such a massive advantage with 4 minutes left. Aaron is bang up against it here. Darrell Whitworth goes 4-2 in front. Aaron Davies must win the next 3 frames. He has 3 minutes and 58 seconds to do it, or he's bumped into the loser's side of the bracket.
Yeah, and that was the ultimate break. That's what you want when you really need to get a frame on the board and get yourself away and nearly over the line. To be presented with a break like that.
You just couldn't wish for any better, could you? You could not wish for it to come out any nicer.
Don't leave me any nasty pressure balls I've got to hit down rails. I just want them all in the open. I've only got to pull the cue ball back a couple of inches for every shot.
Yeah, it was a dolly.
Yep.
You know, and
he's on the verge.
Under that pressure in the match, you couldn't wish for a better finish. Aaron Davies needs 3 frames. He needs them in just under 4 minutes. Puts a little bit extra into the break, tries to get something going.
Oh, he's got the red.
And, well, yeah, this is a lot. You talk of finishes that are nice. This is lovely. Red's all in the open. Yellows are a bit of a non-factor here with the 2 to the right side of the table, so it will be reds. Just the 2 at the top of the table need some consideration.
Yeah, I'd want to be fairly quick now as well because knowing it's Darrell's break next.
You got to go.
And you know if he gets the ball, he's going to use the clock. He's going to call his extension. Well, Aaron's called his extension.
Yeah, I don't mind this. He needs to figure it out. You know, most important thing is getting out.
Yeah, but you're putting a lot on getting out and Darrell getting a dry break now because we're getting into
well,
the
he
time.
already was. Ultimately, he already was. He had, you know, a minute per break essentially that he needed. So you're already relying on a dry break there. He's already bang up against it. It's a nice shot. Yeah, I quite like this. Bottom left for the gap. The only thing you will say is he may have a tough 8-ball depending on the angle he leaves.
It's okay.
Yeah, plays into it. Oh, couldn't have played that any better. Great finish. It's taken the better part of 2 minutes though. What are we talking? 1 minute and 45 seconds there-ish. Yeah. So 4-3, Aaron's break next, but he needs to up the speed in that next visit.
No, I don't. I mean, if it's a dry break, it's make sure. I mean, nobody battles like Aaron Davies, I'll say that for him.
Yeah, sorry, I should correct myself there. It is very much Darrell's break next.
Darrell is absolutely desperate for a couple of balls, a ball.
He's actually broken really well in the match, Darrell, and that should give him a little bit of confidence. you know, coming into this exact moment. His break has been there for him. Believe in it.
He wants a break like the last break he had.
Don't we all?
Yeah, every time he played.
Yeah, wouldn't
But
that be nice?
we know how cruel this game of pool can be. This is massive. Whitworth needs a ball. The cue ball's safe. Oh, he's got the yellow in the centre. Oh, look at the split again.
Yeah.
But this is ideal because he can use the extension, just knock in the easy balls.
This should be over. This really should be over. Reds are sitting. Yellows aren't bad if you want them. This should be that. Just goes far enough. That's nicely played.
Well, it's not touched the extension yet, saving it.
I think Daryl's thinking, if I do what I need to do, I don't even need to worry about the clock. He's come up short here, though. He wanted to link these two reds together, I'm almost certain. So he's going to go up to the top of the table here.
Yeah, he's just used it.
Should mention, just in case we need it, that should Aaron draw the set, the match would continue into a third set. So Darrell really does need to keep Aaron away from the table. I can hear you asking at home, why would it go to a third set if he draws? Well, Aaron, if he won then the third set, they'd both be level at a set and a half apiece. We'd have a 6-red shootout.
Cue ball. Ooh. He's gone a little bit too far, really. I think he's got a bit of angle here, but just drop this in gently and he will have a cut with the 8 up the cushion. So this for the match, and you think if he just even used to hang it, it's going to be a huge ask for Aaron Davies to get those yellows, but this is for the match.
In it falls, and Darrell Whitworth dispatches of the Pro Series champion. Brilliant result that for 𝗍𝗲. He'll be really, really pleased. He was made to work for it, though. Didn't always play his best stuff, but that doesn't matter. It's about getting through, and he's into the next round of the Players' Championship.